Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago. This crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Houston Texans. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
This is it. 19. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. They keep it with Miller on first down. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the Niners' 42-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Watson. He's got Fuller. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 26.
First down.
19. 6 right there, 56. Check.
A first down carry now for Miller. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I'm coming for the son.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 14.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 6-0 our score after 1. 6 yards on that last play. You're 2nd and 4.
I got you. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. 41 Mike.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 62 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this is going to be 49er football.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns is going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. They come out here in the eye.
Check four. Kill.
11.
Switch.
1, Omaha.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is up to 8.
14,
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. On 2nd and 9, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're going for it. It's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last.
And got his man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 37 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To throw is Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Setting up the screen for Miller. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. On 4th down, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll run on 1st down. It's Miller, and he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson forced out to his left. And he will have a touchdown. Deshaun Watson in the final seconds of the first half, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 21-17. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Here we go, here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn it.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Watch safety.
Hey, gun.
Safety's creeping. Check.
Get hot.
Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Like 41.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 43. So the 14 yards actually takes him from one 43 to the other for 1st and 10.
Hey, check, check.
Hey, box truck.
Key 26.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here we go.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
I got you.
Switch.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
11.
Hey, check mine.
Hey, gun.
You don't want none of that. Pick up the ball. Mike 55.
Lock.
Let's go, defense.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Got his target, Samuel. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 26.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
I'm coming after you.
I got you.
Wide. Get wide.
On 1st down, it's Coleman. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Hey, gun.
Free butt.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the return will stop right around the 25. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Silver.
Here's Watson. And a little floater there is incomplete. Another incompletion with that one. He's just 7 of 14 throwing the football, 50%. Typically not going to get it done, is it?
And let's just make it simple. And that's exactly why they trail.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Come get some. Come on, come get some. He don't want it.
They are going for it. Here's Watson dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
I got you. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't. Hey,
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! Hey, gun. Tight end roll. Stick.
Hey, 4-1's Mike.
Hey, watch the ball.
41's coming.
On second and 12, Garoppolo. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
Mike 56. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a big shot.
On second and 9, Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Texans on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Watson now to throw. He completes this into the hands of Miller. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Now on 2nd and 13, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. This is Miller, and he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Back to throw. It's complete to Hopkins. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. He's back to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. He'll look to throw, and he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in the... And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So they're unable to stretch it to a 3-point lead. Now you got to be careful on the kickoff because a field goal obviously beats you.
Definitely, and that's why they went for 2. They wanted to make sure a field goal wouldn't beat them. Now they're in a position where they've got to cover well and make sure they don't get into range and put one through the post.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
21.
Tiny's on the Ringo. 40.
Hey, try 7.
41's the mic. 41's the mic. I got him.
Garoppolo to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
41 Mike. Watch the screen. 65. Screen. Watch the screen. 41's the mic. Check 41. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Hal.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Check 3.
And the blitz does come. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right.